Hi beautiful, it's me Flavio Miguel, and this is the first video that I'm creating in collaboration with the Acquire. The Acquire.com. It's a website where you can actually get help of how to create a wardrobe that it's sustainable. The whole idea of the Acquired is to help you to buy clothes that you will actually wear. The Acquired was created by a friend of mine. Her name is Lynn. She's from Belgium. She's a gorgeous girl with an amazing sense of style. And she also developed the Acquired app. Yes, the Acquired app is a way to digitalize your wardrobe. It's going to help you to make combinations. But what I like it the most about the Acquired app is how it creates a sense of awareness about all the clothes that you buy it and all the things that you keep it for yourself. Because there's nothing wrong of having a sense of style, but overly consumption is just not sustainable anymore. I will link in the description below the website and also where you can actually download the app, alright? But if you are enjoying watching this video, please remember to like and share this video and also to subscribe to my channel because it does help the YouTube algorithm to push my videos towards a larger audience. And I appreciate every help that I can have to achieve my next goal, which is 5,000 subscribers, alright? So thank you so much for considering my request. So the first time that Lynn approached me for a collaboration, we were wondering how could we pair up our strong suits in order to create a beautiful collaboration. So she came out actually with a very great idea, which is she will give me questions that she gets very often from her clients and her readers, as well as questions that she has herself. And the first question is, why your foundation doesn't last long enough and what can you do to help its performance? So there are a couple of factors that you need to keep in mind when judging how long your foundation should last or not. One of them is skin type. The other one is the weather conditions. We also need to pay attention about the type of skincare that you wear when you're wearing your makeup. I'm also going to be talking to you about the use of primers and all the different types of foundations, as well as setting sprays and eventually maintenance while you are wearing your foundation. So as you can see, we have a lot to talk about, so please keep it up. First thing that we need to understand is that your skin type plays a major factor when it comes to the longevity of your foundation or how long it should last. For example, knowing what type of skin do you have, it's crucial. It's not always easy to figure out your skin type. One of my advice would be to search professional help with a beautician, someone who has experience with skin types. But if that's for you a little bit more complicated or you think, oh my god, I'm still gonna have to make an appointment, there are few questions that I can ask you that will help you to figure out the kind of skin type you have. For example, are you someone that when you're coming from the shower, do you have the feeling that you have to immediately moisturize? If that's not the case, then it's most likely that you have a normal to oily skin type. If your answer would be yes, immediately, every time when I leave the shower, I have to immediately moisturize. This could be an indication that your skin is either dry and dehydrated. But if your answer would be, well, sometimes I manage to wait for a while before I use my moisturizer, but I do have to use it because I have the feeling that's going to be pulling to the wrong directions. This could be an indication that you either have a normal skin or normal dehydrated. Another thing that you can do is to try to slightly pinch your skin like this, could be on your face, on your hand, and when you see this funny texture showing up on the skin, this could be an indication of dehydration or dryness. You might as well have a combined skin, which is in my case, my type of skin. I do have a skin that tends to be normal with a T-zone that's slightly more oily. Another thing that you have to keep in mind is the weather conditions. For example, my skin, it gets a little bit more oily during the summer or every time I'm visiting a warmer country. But during the winter time, when all the radiators are on and we have the heaters on, my skin tends to become even more dehydrated. It's when I have to use extra skincare to add moisture into it. So knowing and being aware of the weather conditions will help you to choose the right foundation for you as well as the right skincare routine. Now, jumping into the skincare routine, it's crucial for you to know what type of skin do you have so that you can use the right skincare. Because for example, let's say that you have a normal skin, but you use a very rich moisturizer. It will feel very comfortable in the beginning, but if the weather conditions is warm, it will tend to produce more sebum and your skin will be looking oily more quick, and probably the foundation will not last as long as you wish for. On the other hand, it could also be that you have a dry skin or dehydrated and you're using a product that's more oily controlling. In this case, you're gonna have not as much as a comfortable feeling while you're wearing this product, and when you're applying your foundation, this one could chip it off when you start creating expressions. This is also will compromise the longevity of the foundation. The use of primer. I'm gonna tell you a secret as a makeup artist with 28 years of experience. I almost never use a primer when I'm doing a makeup for one of my clients. Why? Because I do already use long-lasting foundations. So in this case, allow myself to skip that primer. When will I use a primer for my clients? Well, if I have a client with a certain skin condition, which could be eczema or rosacea, or anything that creates different texture on their skin, like dryness and smoothness, in that case I will use a primer just to create an even smooth surface. This is going also to not only improve the performance of the foundation, but also the appearance of the foundation. In areas where the skin tends to be dry, the appearance will be more smooth than if you would not use a primer. Now, the type of foundation. There are different types of foundation in the market, and I'm not gonna go into the CC creams or BB creams. I'm gonna try to be focusing on foundations and its types. For example, we have liquid foundations, we have hybrid foundations. I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about this in a second. We have powder foundations and we have creamy foundations. For example, liquid foundations, they could vary in different types of coverage aspect. A liquid foundation could have different key ingredients. It could be a water-based foundation or a silicone-based foundation. And this will also have a certain impact of the amount of coverage that you will create with your foundation. When you're using a foundation which is water-based, the tendency is that the coverage is going to be more transparent. Another thing is, it tends to also have a more moisturizing aspect to it. When you use a foundation with silicone base, what you notice is the consistency is slightly firmer, which gives you a little bit more coverage, if we will. Some of those foundations, they also have different finishes. Some foundations have a more natural to setting finish, and some other foundations, they have a more matte towards the oil controlling finish. The hybrid foundations. Hybrid foundations are foundations that would have a certain texture, and when you apply on the skin, it changes into something else. Most of the times they come in a cream form, and when you apply on the skin, after a while, it creates this beautiful powdery layer. This is ideal for someone who has oily skin, dehydrated. Why? Because the moment that you're applying it, it's gonna glide very smoothly on the skin, but at the moment that it turns into a powder layer, it will control the oiliness, creating this beautiful natural finish and probably helping it on performance of your foundation. Powder foundations. Well, powder foundations would be the ideal kind of foundation to use when you have an oily skin, and also when the weather conditions are warmer and with more humidity. And you have the creamy foundations. Creamy foundations, they could vary for more liquid texture or more firm compact cream. They are ideal for the ones that have dry skin and dehydrated skin. Why? Because most of the times you have a coverage with a buildable aspect where you create extra coverage in places where you need it without leaving this dryness behind, or this appearance of a cake finish. That's one of the things that we call it in the makeup industry. So knowing what type of skin do you have, the weather conditions that you are, the skincare that you're gonna use it, and the foundation type that you needed for your skin, these are crucial points that's gonna make your foundation either last as long as you wish or not as long as you wish it could. There are other products that we can use to help the performance of your foundation. One of them is a setting spray. There are many different setting sprays in the market, and they also offer different finishes. Some of them, they offer a dewy finish, this kind of radiant finish, which is slightly more glowy on the skin. For someone who has an oily skin, I would try to avoid this type of setting spray. You also have a more setting spray. What do I mean is, it's just in between radiant and matte. This is very good for anyone that has normal skin that tends to be dehydrated. And there's also a type of setting spray that delivers a matte finish. This could be ideal for anyone who has oily skin or a T-zone, because it's going to keep the production of sebum under control. And after using the setting spray, another thing that you could do is to choose to go with an extra layer of powder right after applying the setting spray. This could be ideal if you have oily skin or a combined skin with a T-zone. And one of the things that I always try to remember everybody is to have realistic expectations. I mean, just be mindful about the way you build your foundation. I'm not telling you that you're doing it wrong, but if you're using your foundation the way you're using and you experience it as it's not lasting as long as you wish, something could be wrong on your skincare routine and your makeup routine. When it comes to the skincare, if you have more oily skin, I would advise you to use a gel base moisturizer. Why a gel base? Because a gel base will offer you hydration without this excess of hydration. If you have a dry skin, one thing that you could add into your skincare routine is a vitamin C serum, which adds moisture to the skin. You can also choose to do it once or twice a week, a hydrating mask. It not only feels really nice, but you will see a significant improvement on your skin. There are also some brands which offer great oil controlling products. There's one brand that I like it a lot, which is called Ulabu. I'm gonna also link on the description below where you can find those products. Ulabu has a series of oil controlling products among serums and moisturizers, and once I used this during a party and I couldn't believe my eyes. After 7 hours my skin was still looking beautifully matte. So now you know, next time you start wondering why your foundation is not lasting as long as you wish for, remember this video. So could be the skin type that you don't know, the weather conditions, the skincare routine that you're using, but the right kind of foundation for your skincare, the after application procedures like setting sprays, and like I said, realistic expectations, okay? If you're going on vacation in a very warm and humid country, be aware that this will compromise the longevity of your foundation. If you go into an area which is very cold and dry, this also might compromise the performance of your foundation, all right? So this is for today. I hope my advice was useful for you. Please let me know in the comments if you have more questions regarding anything when it comes to skincare and makeup and lifestyle. I hope you guys are enjoying watching this video as much as I enjoy making it. And please remember to like and share this video and also to subscribe to my channel, alright? Thank you so much again for your time, love, and support, and I see you all next time. Bye bye.